Hello and welcome back to JC Gaming. This is going to be episode 4 of Out of Ore. As you can see, we have the pay dirt plant up there, and then today I went ahead and dug this out early and put up the power pole, but this is going to be the hopper setup for working on getting gravel. We can dump from both sides. We can dump from over here, it'll slide in, dump from down below, it'll go right in. So I've already dug out the little side pieces. It's going to be a pretty simple setup. We're going to put I think a level 2 power. Let's see, go to power. If we go to level 2, we don't need it to be super fast because we'll be having to move around a lot. So we're going to buy that. And then we're going to go to conveyors and we're going to pick up 8x6 up. And that will take care of these two sides here. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a jaw crusher on here. Remember to put the jaw crusher before the cone crusher. Jaw crusher turns blasted rock and solid rock into crushed rock. And then you're going to go get the cone crusher, which takes crushed rock to turn it into gravel. So we're going to buy this, and we're going to buy I believe it's 4 up. So if we go to 6, place that, a 7, place that. I may have to make that an 8, because it's going to go up on there. I am going to have to make that an 8. Alright, so we will sell that one real quick. Actually, we'll hold on to that for a second. We'll get an 8 by up, and since we're right here, we might as well go ahead and get the cone crusher too. So we're going to put this up, and then grab the cone crusher, put it on there, and I believe I can go strictly to storage thing now without having to go up. I have to dig out a little bit so it doesn't completely clip, but just the back side. The front looks okay. A little bit right here. Alright, let's get that away for a second. It is storming here today. Not in game, at home. Alright, that looks pretty good. Put that on there. If we run around real quick, everything looks good. I do have a little bit of blasted rock in here. I did a little test to make sure that the hopper was going to work. So we're going to consume that. We're going to turn on the wind power. Oh, we need to get cables to this. That's what I forgot. Alright, we only just need the one. So we're going to go click and click. Turn this on. We have 800 units of power. And it's only going to take like, 400. So that will come up, go through the jaw crusher, go through the cone crusher, and become gravel. Pretty simple. Now we get to play with explosives. And I don't want to travel from all the way over there where we already have it blown up, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up this area here, since I plan on putting the main plant over there later on. So let's buy some explosives, and I would suggest using RDX for cracking rock because it's so much bigger. I'm gonna buy 20. Let's go with 30. We're gonna make a big explosion. So I don't want it sliding down into the conveyor again, so I'm gonna move over here a little bit. I am gonna actually end up getting this in here too. So I think what I want to do, start over here, line up where I want to go, and go 1, 2. This should be pretty close to what we need. These things have an 8-meter radius. can always come back and put more into if need be. Did that not go? There we go. And then one way up here at the top. Alright. Let's watch it explode. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's pretty good. I should do that again. So that we get this one now. Let's see, it fractured all the way over to here. So let's go about here, I guess. I'm gonna run up this one. It might be a little off, but it'll be close. Yeah, let's check down here, make sure I got enough down here. Is there one there? Yeah, there's one there. One there. That should be good. And we're gonna go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Now we have all this material here that we can work from. Some of it has gold in it, which is good for us. So the initial part is, I gotta be careful making a ramp down. So this part's gonna be a little bit slow, but hopefully with this machine, I should be able to do it. Plus I have the GPS thing on there now too, so it makes it a little easier. Just go real slow. Try to get it to dig down some. Shouldn't take us too long, and we'll have a ton of gravel. And way cheaper than spending 80 grand every time I wanted to make a run of cement. See, with the right equipment, you can make a pretty decent ramp. That first excavator or front end loader we had, not a good one for doing that. At least not to me. And if it hits the back, it's okay, because it's all set up to slide right in anyway. All you gotta be careful is if we're coming from the other side not to over tip. But with the wood sticking out, it should keep us back far enough. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get quite a bit of gold out of this too, because there was a gold vein running right through the middle of this hole that I blasted out. We can check easy enough. Run over and get a few scoops in here and then go run over and look. I think right now I'm above the hole though, so it shouldn't matter at the moment. Mainly what I want to do is I want to try to get this dug down so that I can dig that part out and have it like a running base to go up the hill that way. without digging too deep too fast. Because if you do, then you have big dips that you have to try to flatten out or get stuck in. Alright, I'll use my brake. It's trying to slide back on me. We also have to remember that this ground level down here, it's like 12 meters high up there. So we want to dig at an upward angle when we start going up the hill and slowly shave it off as we come back down. Not quite a full bucket, but that's okay. Also, if we wanted, we could put a floater into the other plant and put half this gravel through that, which would get us iron and silver, copper, a bunch of other elements, so we're not going to get out of just the blasted rock until it goes through the gravel process smelting, I guess, or it's called a floater, but takes in gravel with water, gives you iron, copper, aluminum, silver, gold, lithium, tailings behind. So kind of like using a true wash plant, like for gold mining. That's a little better bucket. And as you can see, we're not getting all lumpy, trying to keep it nice and smooth, going slow. I'm going to dump this and then I'll see you here in a few. So we've done a few loads here. I'm going to run over by the storage real quick and see what we've got so far. And currently we have almost a stack and a half of gravel and almost 1,000 gold. Well, almost 900. So that'll keep rising up, and we're just going to keep scooping this off until I can make a good rampway. We're getting pretty close now to being able to go up. So I don't want to dig too deep too fast, because then it makes it hard to get in and out of. So this first part's a little slow. Like that. Well, had to happen sometime. Now I gotta smooth it out. Hopefully I can smooth it out with one bucket. Might take two though. That was the first one I dug in like that too. That's still shallow enough ramp, that's fine. And yeah, I didn't shave much off of that. I'm trying to not dig another big hole like that. I mean, I could always pull out the shovel and try to flatten it out that way too. It's okay, because we need to make a ramp down anyway. It's going to be difficult to make it go up flat again. We'll make it happen though. If I have to, I can go buy ramps and put them in here after I get it dug down too. I really don't want to, but concrete's expensive. It's much better to make your own. In fact, we have cement over there. I could probably make some. I mean, this right here is about the right angle as the ramp. I just gotta get that to match all the way across. And then flatten it out at the bottom so I can start working my way up. And as we go further up, I'll make more ramps too, so we're not having to travel quite so far. Because at some point we're going to be dropping from the top too. Now if I can just get this to match. This should work. No, it fell off one wheel. Dang it. Well, I was trying really hard not to use a shovel doing this, but I'm going to try to see if that works. I think I make that work. They need to put a crouch in this game though. Because when you're trying to grade stuff, it'd be a whole lot easier to see if you're crouching. Or when you're building stuff, sometimes you have to get in a weird spot. Let's see if we can do this one right. I think if I come from over here, I can just start digging my way up though. Then it won't matter if I go down deep. Well, it won't matter as much. Get a few more loads in, get some cement going. Should be good. Okay, it took a little bit of time, but that big gouge is gone now. And we're actually getting into a sort of pit. I'd like to get more of that back wall out and make it easier to turn to go up. So we're just gonna, a little bumpy too, which we'll fix in a little while. Handstand. We should be close to having 4 stacks. I'm going to do like 1 or 2 more buckets and then go check. See how much gold we got to run that through the other plant. I need to switch those keys to where it tilts differently. The mouse up and down is kind of slow. Gives me a good turning around point if I hit that back corner like straight in front of the bucket now, clear it out, it'll be a whole lot easier to go up. Because then we can just back into that hole and then drive up this hill instead of reversing up it every time. Should speed things up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to dump this, see what we got. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We got, well, 3.5 stacks and 2,700 gold. We're going to go ahead and take the gold real quick. Run over to the other plant. And that should be 900 bars. I think it's 3 per. Consume. And it will not take long for that to go by. As you can see, we're at 27, we're at 24, 23. So if we come over here, start watching the packages roll in. Word to the wise, you ever use a chute like this? You can't have these boxes go through it. So make sure that you use like a merger or something. 600 already. Still stuff going through. Yep. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Shouldn't take that long now. Yeah, that's empty out of there. Okay. And that line's empty. So that's the last of it right there. 1,384 bars. So for an hour and a half, 2 hours of drilling, or I mean digging, I made 203,000 and 3.5 stacks of gravel to make cement out of. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to work on this off recording. I'm going to dig a little more of this out so we can have a whole bunch of cement coming in to make the concrete blocks for our major plant pad. I'm going to do that entire thing on grid also, see if it works like I think it should. Everything should snap into perfect. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one.